What's going on, guys? It's everyone's favorite Asian ethno-nationalist here. That sounds really fucking cringy. I want to make this video for the longest time now. It's always been on my mind, this very topic, and I'm constantly being reminded of it by my surroundings. First of all, this is just my opinion as an Asian male living in a white Western country. Now, I'm sure everybody has heard the term white genocide before. And unfortunately, most of you probably heard about this in the mainstream media and their articles featuring a massive leftist bias, which will lead you to believe that this very term white genocide should be discarded as nothing more than just racist propaganda made up by neo-Nazis, right? Well, not exactly. Take a look at this United Nations website and their definition of genocide under Article 2. The second and third definition clearly states that causing serious physical or mental harm to members of the group, as well as deliberately inflicting on the group conditions of life calculated to bring about its physical destruction in whole or in part. Therefore, I do believe white genocide exists. In today's political climate, this very idea of diversity is constantly being shoved down our throats. I'm sure everyone can relate to that, especially if you're a white person. It's almost like an infection. You can't avoid it anywhere, whether it's affirmative action from Ivy League universities or large corporations taking pride in recruiting their employees with a racial quota, championing themselves in diversity while seemingly trying to do their best to hire equal amounts of whites, Asians, blacks, and brown people, solely for the sake of no other than achieving true equality in this diverse environment. It doesn't matter their ability to work. It's just that we gotta fill that racial quota first. It will make us look good. And don't forget to hire disproportional amount of gays too. Gotta love that rainbow power. For such a righteous and honorable goal to be achieved, of course, in the name of equality, diversity, and multiculturalism, something must balance it out on the opposite end. We need someone to antagonize to make this, an aspiring achievement we should all struggle towards, right? Who is the enemy of diversity? Of course, it's white people, right? It's the evil white boogeyman. It's that all minorities are being oppressed and all the white men in the world are doing the oppressing. That is just a blanted bullshit lie. And lucky enough, I'm East Asian, so my IQ is on the higher end of the bell curve scale, and it makes it all the more easier to see through this bullshit. Truth is that every race in this multicultural society, really, they're fighting for their own team. Everyone is for their own race and their own collective interests, except for white people, which I really think white people do have this kind of a altruistic gene, which makes individualism far more appealing to them, always giving everybody the benefit of the doubt. Yeah, let's give this diversity thing a go so we can all have exotic restaurants on our street corners, right? Most of my own race that lives in the West knows that we actually have more privilege than whites due to our culture and our work ethic as a combination of that, but also just knowing in the back of our mind that something is very incongruent, something is wrong, it's not what we're used to. It's not like back in China or Japan where the government looks after the interests of their own people. In the West, it's kind of the leadership of these Western governments are making policies, adopting these policies that are detrimental to white people while benefiting every other race. Truth is, most of my friends are white. I do care about them. I wouldn't want to see them being displaced in their own countries. If we look to the other side of the world, we can see these racially homogeneous countries thriving in East Asia, such as China, Korea, Japan. They're thriving economically, as well as simultaneously having very low crime rate, extremely low levels of violent crime rate that is completely impossible in the West post-multiculturalism. So with that being said, I will be making a lot more videos from now on. Leave a comment below if you agree or disagree with me. Just don't get too salty, alright? See you guys next time. Peace.